Good afternoon, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Craig here again. As I said before on the diorama video, hoping the T34 would arrive today, and it's just landed, literally half an hour ago. It's the new from ICM. It's a T34-76 135 scale with tank riders. Oh, nice box art at the front. Nice for a change. That's quite nice. I like that. I do like that. Emphasising on the crew. Give them the what you're going to get. Obviously, most people know what the T34 look like, but the crew is quite nice. Let's get rid of that hair better. As you can see, they're nicely detailed on the cover. Anyhow, it's a nice painting. So we've got that on the front, and on one side, the other side, we have obviously a bit of information about the T34. I'll leave that there if you want to have a quick read. I'll bring it a bit closer. And so the box contains an unassembled plastic model kit, length 189mm, height 75mm, includes 192 plus 51 parts, presumably that's tracks, cement and paint need to finish the model, and not included. So on that side we have the box art again, which is, the model kit number is 35368. And I say I got this from Model Hobbies for £19.54, and that was including delivery. I thought it was a bargain, so I thought I'd try that. And on the other side we have a colour call out of the T34, as we all know what they look like. So without further ado, let's open up. I say I haven't even opened the box yet, so we'll have to cut the seals on the back. I say this is my first ICM kit. I've built figures from ICM, but I've never had a kit from them. So this will be a first for me as well. So let's have a look at what we've got in the box. He says you can get into the box first. Yeah, there we go. Struggling. Ah, it's one of the Zvezda boxes, almost out of sleeve and then the inner sleeve. Right. So what I'll do is I'll do what I normally do. I'll put the box on the floor so I don't get it all in me, all in shot. Let's put that down that side for now. Put things back in there. So let's start. Let's see what we've got. We've got the kit itself is all in one bag, which I'm not overly keen on, but it looks like it's individually wrapped inside each bag, so it's a resealable bag. So let me just take that out of there. And let's start as it comes out. So we have the upper hull. The upper hull's quite nice. Nicely detailed. Quite thin, the plastic is quite thin though, but it's still quite durable. Quite a nice bit of detail actually mounted on there already. We have filler caps, things like that. Not much of a texture, because I'll probably add a little bit of a texture to it, that's not a problem. But for the money I can't complain. So that's the upper hull, and then we have the lower hull, which is fairly straightforward again. It's got a nice bit of detail on the bottom. And again on the sides for the Christie suspension. And yeah, bit of work on the sides there. Already put on the sponsons are already on the tank, which is quite nice. So we'll have no bleed through. If you're going to view the figures on there. Yep, so that's nice start. And then we have the turret and the turret ring and the fuel drums. The turret has a really nice texture on it. Let me make that out. That's really nice texture. I do like that. I do like that all the way around, not so much on the top obviously. So that's a steel sheet, by the looks of it. Nice. They say there's no daft injection marks or flashes or flash or anywhere on the plastic. Only parts that's inside, you know, where we're not going to ever see again once they're together. But I do like that turret. That's really nicely detailed, that. And they've got nice marks there for the grab handles instead of just usual two little faint marks. They've actually got a, you know, the actual plate hooks to put them into, and they look like they're being welded onto the turret then, not just stuck there. So it's quite nice. I like that. I like that indeed. And then we have the other packet inside. We'll just get them. We'll do the wheels first. And the wheels, we have 2 sprues of wheels, and I have to say, probably one of the nicest T34 wheels I've seen. Really nice detail, deep, crisp detail on those. Look at those. Look at the tyres. It's even got the, like, you know, tread all the way around the edge, as if it's just rolled out of the factory. So we have 2 of those, and then we have obviously the return idler and the well, there's no sprocket on a T34, is there? So nicely detailed. I really like them. I really do like them. And there's no injection marks anywhere on them that you're going to see anyhow, because they'll be all put together. But, only injection marks are where you're going to actually glue them together. But I'm quite impressed with them. I do like them a lot. They're really nice. Even the wheel hubs in the centre with the little bolts around them, they will really come out nice. They will. A nice wash. They will come out beautifully. So we have 2 of those, which is sprue E, and then we have a bag for the tracks, which is separate, which are rubber molded. I don't think the actual ones that can glue together, or they have to use the hot screwdriver. So they're in 2 parts for each track, but they do look nice rubber. Oh, really nice rubber them. Very pliable, but the detail is, I have to say, is for a T34 track. We maybe just bring the light to there, and we'd focus. That's better. A really nice detail on there. Where are we going? Over there. Yeah, so these look like that. You can feel like a rubber, not vinyl. Nice big teeth on alternative track lengths as there were, which were fed into the return roller, and this, well, return sprocket, and the sprocket on the, well, no sprocket, but you know, where the wheel clasped onto it. I have to say, very nice indeed. I don't know what these parts are. These are rubber. I've never seen that before. There's a little bit of flash on there. That'll be easy to take off, but rubber, so a little bit of flash there. But then actually, by looking at them, they look like they're tow cables, which we have 2. So it's just a little bit of flash, but we should be able to clean those up. But I'm quite impressed with those tracks. I've never seen tracks quite like that nice rubbery, you know, they're usually quite stiff, aren't they? But these ones are really quite, you know, posable, I would say is a good word for it. So I'm going to try, hopefully, I'm going to put these T34 in the diorama that I did the review on this morning, and you see with the track, it has a railway track on it, so I will need to make the suspension workable. So, nice, very nice indeed. And then we have, which is nicely protected again, so I've got something little, I mean knife. some obviously delicate parts underneath here, which has been nicely, I like it when kits do this and they're nicely wrapped and protected, all the finer bits. And there again, it's an unusual plastic. It's an unusual plastic to say this, but it's really nicely detailed. It really is. I think it's the colour more than anything. It's more like it isn't as deep as green as what you would say from a Tamiya kit or a trumpeter. It's more a lighter green. But we have some nice detail, some nice crisp parts. We have a couple of fortunately the barrel is in two parts, but I do have a T34-76 barrel anyhow somewhere. Although I might just put that together and see what it comes out like. We have the machine gun there and I have a handgun gun as well. We have the tow hooks, sorry, the tow cable eyelets, which obviously the rubber goes into. There's the suspension arms, which I'm going to have to make sure I can make them work. And then we have the cover for the engine at the back, the exhaust covers, part of the gun mount. We have a few tarps there. I'll have to see what they're like when I put together. We have the mantlet, sorry, for the machine gun, which has got a nice cast texture on as well. You can just see that. Let's see if I can get in a bit better. A nice cast texture on that as well. I'm not too sure what that part is beside it, but I'm sure when we go through the instructions we shall find out. So that's nice, that's nice. And then we have another sprue, which has got small parts on again, like the grab handles, the other part of the barrel, and the mantlet for the barrel, which has got a cast texture on as well. And then we have the rear hatch, so the rear cover for the tank at the back. And then we have the engine cover there, which is really nice, quite detailed. I like that. Nice tight grill marks on it. It's that fine you can hardly see it, but it will wash and bring out, so it looks quite nice. Do like that. And there's another one of those little parts. I don't know what they are. I really don't know what they are. They're little number 18. I'm going to have to find out on the instructions. There again, there's the front hatch. There's no detail on the inside, but that's not a problem. Yes, and there's spare track links for the as well. We have spare track links and grab handles, and yeah, we have plenty of grab handles there. And I do like the way they're nice. I'm going to have to take the centre one out first, but there's going to have to take these off as well. So there's 3 points to each one, apart from the large ones, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'm unsure what them little pieces are. Where my finger is, we'll find that out as well. I don't know if that's part of the breech for the gun on skewer there. I'll have to look at it again in the instructions. So that's all the tank bits and pieces looked at, and then I think we're going to move on to the figures, which is I think the tank riders. You never get them back in, can you, when you've taken them out? And then we have the tank riders. We have 4 tank riders on one separate screw, different colour altogether. Let me have a look at what they look like. There's a wisp of flash, just a little wisp of flash on some of them. But the detail isn't too bad at all. There's quite a few accessories on there with the ammo pouches, the usual sack on the back, and the of the Russian armour, Russian soldier. And we have the machine gun and a couple of different variations of guns. The facial expressions are more or less the same, unfortunately, but that's not too. We can overcome that. But the detail isn't bad at all. Isn't bad at all. You know, just take your time with them. Same with my figure work isn't the best, but the detail is there to bring out. They're not bad at all. It'll go quite nicely on this diorama, hopefully, although I'll get it all sorted. I'll have to get the Sherman sorted first. But while I'm waiting for things to dry on the Sherman, I'll probably start building the T34. It looks a straightforward build. So there's detail on them. So you know, there's a little bit of whisper flash just on little pieces like that, just on the edges. Nothing much. Nothing much at all. So yeah, very nice indeed. I say all for £19.54 delivered. So thought I'd give it a chance, and I'm glad I did. And then we come to the instruction sheet, which is nice. A nice booklet. So where we are. Then we come across the decals. Here we are. Decals, whatever you want to call them, decals and stickers and whatever. They look quite nice. Bit shiny, but that's not a problem. Once you start weathering things down, you can bring them, take the shine off them. It's not a problem. I'll use those. So we have a separate part, instructions for the soldiers. I'm giving you the paints in Ravel and Tamiya, and on the reverse we have how they should look when they're put together, and then obviously the paint is quite nice and large size to see. Actually, you're not struggling to see what they are. So that's quite nice. I like that. And then we come to the main instructions for the T34. Again, lovely glossy paper in a booklet form. Obviously a bit of information. Got it in Russian, English, and then obviously the paints. We've got Model Master again. We shall have to see what paints. Flat white, flat black, field green, flat tan, and semi-gloss black, wood, steel, gunmetal, rust, and chrome silver. We all have sort of these sort of colours in our kits, in our benches. So let me put that. Let me just put that back on top of the decals. There we go. First bit is the sprue map, and there's some wheels that won't be used. So there's a few little bits and pieces that's not used. So they'll go towards the spares. I've got quite a few spare T34 wheels as it is, so add to the collection. Alright, let's start. We're not going to start with the wheels this time, we're starting with the upper hull this time. Fairly straightforward. Hatch cover on the back, machine gun mantlet in the front, and then pushing the engine grill covers on the top, and then the base for the machine gun to be put into. Making of the machine gun, positioned inside. Obviously it's quite a bit of detail on the inside, but you're not going to see it. And then obviously we have the louvers for the engine hatch. Then we're putting the outer hatch, driver's hatch together, and then the clasps on top, and then we're going to put the engine grill cover on completely on the top, which is quite nicely detailed. I'm going to look. I think I can't remember. I may have some photo etch which I possibly could use on that. I'm not too sure yet. And then obviously we're fitting the driver's hatch at the front, and then we're starting off on the rear with the exhaust covers, and the exhaust on the back just pop in there, and then replacing the rear of the tank to the main hull. And then we start on the low hull with the as we all know with any T34 we have these the suspension springs are inside, so make sure obviously you follow these to the letter, all C19 on that side and all C23, so it's fairly straightforward this time. And then we have these, which I'm not too sure what they're going to be for. I'll have to look into that. They're actually inside the tank as well, so unsure. I do like the diagrams, they're really nice, crisp and nice big pictures to look at. And then we're starting to use a little raw assembly of the suspension, which I'm going to have to, yeah, I can just take the lugs off. I can just take the lugs off, so that's great to make the suspension workable. Putting all the suspension on, the suspension arms and the final drive, the turn radial wheel, sprocket, or not sprocket, a spindle. And then we're starting off, we have a couple of bit of interior here. We have a couple of I see, they're gear sticks for the gear sticks, drive sticks for the driver. That's what them parts were, because we have a couple of seats. So I can probably open the hatch a little bit and maybe find a figure that I can pop in there as well, which is nice. Yeah, so we've got a bit of an interior there, which is quite nice. There we go. You see the bit of interior, all this, both seats, one each side. One for the bow gun and one for the driver. And then we're ready to assemble the wheels, which is fairly straightforward. Actually, I won't be putting the wheels on at that time. I'll leave them off until I'm nearer the time. And then we start with the grab handles and all the little bits and pieces on the upper hull, lifting eyes, things like that. And then we're putting the tracks together. So it doesn't say about, yeah, so it must be normal glue. It doesn't say anything about a hot, which is quite nice. I shall put them together, and obviously putting the tracks on. And then we're starting off, yeah, it is a bit of a inside for the gun breech. And then we start again, obviously inside again for the coaxial machine gun, which is part of the turret. Quite nicely detailed, but not heavily detailed, but you know, there's it is there, if you know what I mean, in case you want the arches open. Part of the gun again, and put the lower turret ring onto the turret, and then put it together with the gun, and we start with the commander's cupola and the driver's the gunner's hatch, and then for the viewfinders, bits and pieces, more grab handles, a pistol port, and then we're putting the lower hull to the turret. And then we have the fuel drums and the spare track and a few boxes to go on the outside, and they look like the marker lights. Yeah, and obviously inside that little dot there, if you can quite see where I'm pointing. Where we go? Let me just bring it in. Is where the little red light goes in there. You can hardly see it anyhow, but yeah. And then we have a bit that says bits of stowage. That's what them bits are for. You know, I'll say what they're for. It's for the stowage, which I'll put it together and see what it looks like. And if it's any good, I'll use it. If not, I'm sure I'll have some somewhere. If not, I'll have to make some. We'll have the briglety saw, spare tracks, shackles, and then we have the headlights. We have. I won't put the thing. I'll use a clear. The clear crystal light I've got, which will work better. And then I was right. Yep, we have the rubber tow cable, which I have to clean up a little bit of flash on there, which should go quite nicely. So it'd be quite pliable, I would have thought, once the eyelets are on. Position them, and that's where the complete the build. That's the build finished, and then we have 4 variants, all the same colours, different markings. We have the T34-24 Tank Regiment 46 Mechanised Brigade, Belarusia, July 1944. Sorry, you can't really see that, can you? It's terrible. And then we have the T34 18th Guards Tank Brigade, 3rd Guards Tank Corps, Bielorussia, July 1944. So basically all the same colours, with just the markings. And then on the back we have the T34 4th Guards Mechanised Corps, Romania, 1944. And then the last one we have the T34 10th Guards Ural Tank Corps, Ukraine, summer 1944. So you've got, you've got four variants, 4 different markings. So this should be quite nice. For under £20, I think you got quite a bit in there. So it should be a fairly simple build. But yeah, it's worth getting, I think. You need T34 buffs if it's not the most highly detailed of kits, but it'll suit me for what I need to do with it. And for the bargain price of £19.54, you can't go wrong. You can always, do a nice paint job on it and things like that. And you've always got bits of spares that we can always add things to and make it look a little bit better. But generally speaking, the base kit is really quite nice and quite impressed. So let's say that's the end of the kit review for the T34 with tank riders from ICM. It's a new kit that's on the market at a bargain price. So it's worth getting before it disappears, because at that price it probably will disappear. So I'll just say thank you all my subscribers, new and old, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this little video about the T34. And this is Greg signing off, and we shall catch you very, very soon.